This ain't connecting. Unless I just want to start right now.
Want to start right now?
Yeah, let's rock it. The crossing of the staff symbolizes that anybody who's not an officer of 50 or above cannot come up to the podium.
I ain't strong in me, so this isn't going to be that good.
Amajim. First priest come forward, state your registry.
Nakashwa, Bayahauda, Bayashala.
Nakashawan,
Bayahauda, Bayashala. Yahbashim al Shabrakathum. Yahbashim al Shabrakathum.
Upon Hakidam, with Punya Hakidam, which means rise and face the east. Turn and face the east.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
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 Shabashamayim.
Shabashamayim.
Wadash.
Wadash.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Malakwaka.
Tawa'a.
Tawa'a.
Radazaika.
Radzaka.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Barataza.
Barataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Nathan.
Nathan.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Call.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalakanaw.
Wasalakanaw.
Kabawatanaw.
Kabawakanaw.
Kasalakanaw.
Kasalakanaw.
Kawawatanaw.
Kabawakanaw.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Kawayainaw.
Kawayainaw.
Banasai 1.
Banasai 1.
Abba.
Abba.
Hawashainaw.
Hawashainaw.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Right.
Right.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Wa'ala.
Wa'ala.
Wa'atapara.
Wa'atapara.
La'awalamyam.
Alayam.
Aman.
Aman. In the English. Our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
Forgive us of our debts.
Forgive us of our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
From thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. The cock, or the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahushai.
Ba'ashim Yahushai.
Baba Kasha.
Baba Kasha.
Nathanaw.
Nathanaw.
Hakat.
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 Larapa'a.
Wa'apa.
Kamakala.
Kamaka'a.
Wakal Marawa.
Wakal Marawa.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Hamatazarayim.
Hamatazarayim.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Lahakim.
Lahakim.
Hamatim.
Hamatim.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Al-Rakawa.
Al-Rakawa.
Patama Allah.
Patama Allah.
Lagarshan.
Lagarshan.
Bashim Yavshah.
Bashim Yahushai.
The Wad Ahmad.
The Wad Ahmad. In the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Prepare for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Myaki'ala.
Wa Maki'ala.
Wa Lahayim.
Wa Lahayim.
Wa Tazabiah.
Matazabiah.
Allah Wak Yahana.
Allah Wak Yahana.
Hawapium,
Hawapium,
Azaranium,
Azaranium,
Aquatazayanium,
Aquatazayanium,
Akadiyayum,
Akadayayim,
Waquatium,
Waquatium,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashim Yahushai,
Hashim Yahushua,
the water man,
the water man. The blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
bless you, Yahweh,
And Yahushua,
and Yahushai,
and Michael,
and Mike,
and the angels,
and the angel,
Commander General Yohanan,
commanding General
the
Yana,
generals,
the general,
the captains,
the captain,
the officers,
the officer,
the troopers,
the troop,
and the sisters.
and the sister.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai,
Thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Star, which means to turn. Ashabi, which means to be seated. I think we still got to stand.
Okay,
yeah. Because you got to, no, you can put the scrolls down, but you got to drink the water.
Okay. Well, we supposed to do that before, so we're going to do it.
Yeah, so, okay, let's get past it. What I am about to do is open these doors up. Shalom, what's up, sir? Wow. Okay. Yeah, we doing Sabbath service now, sir. Yeah, kind.
We're reading now. You
got you called it.
What?
Said I was standing down on camera. Damn, they just hit me with the Illuminati.
You're the only one sitting down?
He said he taking them young niggas. He said this fat nigga, he gonna take up too much room.
There you go. Say a module for us.
A module?
And then we'll be reading from 37 and 23.
Man, nigga got off smooth today. I guess I cut some grass. All right. I don't know what to do with myself now. I think that OG, I don't know why you face this way. If you don't have anybody reading
Genesis 37 to 23 in Hebrew. Where you high? Where you higher? Cause Sean. Ba. When a sock. Yep, sir. Second line. Yeah, first word. Yeah, you have to stop. Y'all was up. On. Akuya what? Akuya what? We push. Where you put some? Hey. Where you? Where you pass? Yes, a raw. Ah. Where you soft? Ah. Katanapua.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out who the fuck is the see about your foot first. Yeah, just around. I can see it.
Oh, you can?
Like I said, she good.
Oh, see. Right there. Let's see what's done. Purpose of young. I saw. Allah Yawa. Verse 24. Where you quack? Where you quack? Where you quack? Where you still a cow? A thought. How about rock? What about rock? Rock. The what? It's like that. Rock. What does that mean? Rock. So we're what? Rock. A yun. Bowel. Bayum. Verse 25. Where you should dog. Look, la.
So, like the warrior, if you could you let her know where you're reading from so she can put it on her way?
I'm reading from Genesis 37 and verse 25 in Hebrew.
We're gonna read it in the Hebrew first, and then we're gonna read it in English.
Okay.
Love call. Love come. Where's your walk? I love. That's okay. I yell another like I yell Yahamar. I mean Yaham. Roya Ra'al. Wahana. Arakah. Arakah. Yeshama Alayam. Baha. But it's like that's Baha. Magala I. Lagum la yaha. Aslaki. Wagum la yum. Nashaha yum. Naka off. What is a raya? Well a sa. Naka off. Hawana kayum. La hawa la hawa where you done. Where you done. But to the raw yama yahum. Oh. What is a maya? Maha. Verse 26 in the Hebrew. Where you among? Where you yeah. Yahweh. Yahweh. All. Akayawa. Maha. But there's an I. Kaya. Naharaga. Ah. Akaya now. What could say yo now? Ah. Yamawa. Verse 27. Lakawa. Wanam Kawanawa. ويشم على يم ويدناو all the Bawa Bawa Kaya Akayanawa Bashuranawa Hawa Iowa Wayashima Iowa Hakayawa verse 28
Finish the 30 word.
Where your bar Manashayam it's like Manashayam it's like Anashayam Madaya Nayam Sakarayam Where Mashakaya Mayashikawa Where Mashikawa Where Iowa Yawa Squat is that a quarter? It's like Where Sock Mana Habara Where Macau Where Sock Where Shamai Alayam the I Sharayam the I Sarayam Kasa Waya Ba'al. Ah. Yawasap. Mataza Rayam. It's like Mataza Rayam. Mataza Rayam. Verse 29. What your shop? Royal Wabad. Okay. All. Hubba Wahana. Ayun. Ayun. Yo, what's up? Bubba War. What your Karai? Ah. But the Yawa. Verse 30. Where your shop? Oh. Akayawa. Where your Amar? Hayalad. You know what? You know. What you know? What you know? Ana. Anaya. Ah. Ba'a.
So what up to that warrior? It's no easy thing to do, man, to learn our own language. You know, understand? Like we speak English with no problem because we've been subjected to English. It's been beaten into us, and we speak, the language of the slave masters. But when we do our Sabbath services, we learn to speak our native tongue. Hebrew is our original tongue, and it's no easy thing to learn something that you never even knew existed before the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's clap it up for this warrior one more time. Hardcore reading. You know what I'm saying? We're about to get it in the English though.
Genesis 37-23 in the English. And when it came to pass, when Joseph was come unto his brethren, they would strip Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him. And they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water in it.
Now, what's going on is that Joseph's brothers is really plotting to kill him. That's what they wanted to do. Mm-hmm. They was jealous because Joseph had the vision, you know what I'm saying, that he was going to rule over his brothers. You know what I'm saying? He had that. You know what I'm saying? He had that dream, and that, you know what I'm saying? And let's be honest, the older brothers didn't want to submit to their younger brothers. You know what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is, that's one thing that black folks have a problem doing now. They have a problem to submitting to authority. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, if you didn't have a problem with submission and following rank and order, you know what I'm saying? And following the person who was given the power, who was chosen to lead, then we'll have a lot more soldiers in the UPK. We'll have a lot more sisters in the UPK that understood that. You know what I'm saying? And this is just another prime example of who we are in the Bible, because they hated the fact that they would have to, you know what I'm saying? You had a dream that you're going to rule over me?
Right.
Young nigga? Who you think you is? You know what I'm saying? That's what it really was. Keep going.
Verse 25. And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gad with their camels bearing spicery and blam, and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt.
Now, they see a caravan of Ishmaelites, heathens. You know what I'm saying? So now that's when they're about to get the idea. Maybe we don't have to kill him.
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 26. And Judah said unto his brother, what profit is it that we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Verse 27. Come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites.
Right. So like you just said, what profit? What are we gonna get out of killing him and hiding the blood and hiding the body? There ain't nothing gonna come to that. Let us sell him and divide this money up. You know what I'm saying? Just like a black man thinking that he came up on a hustle. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And let not our hands be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren will consent.
Now here's the funny part. He thinks by selling his brother into slavery that his blood won't be on his hands.
Right.
You still got blood on your hands.
Right.
You still doing your brother injustice. You not, you know what I'm saying? That's the most unbrotherly thing you could think of. You understand? And it's funny though, because like I said, he's thinking like, well, if we don't kill him when we sell him into slavery, our hands is wiped clean. But from our history, through 200 years of oppression under this white devil in America, we know that being sold into slavery leads to death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Most slaves die. You understand? So I don't know. Like, this is just him trying to justify him not killing his brother with his own hands. It's almost like somebody about to commit a murder and you just cover your eyes like this. You know what I'm saying? You still a product of that. You still in cahoots with that. Let's get some more.
Verse 28. Then there passed by the Midianites merchantmen that they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver.
Man, that's some harsh stuff right there. 20 pieces of silver. Ain't that what they traded Christ in for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get some more.
And they brought Joseph into Egypt. Verse 29. And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes. And he returned unto his brethren, and said, the child is not, and then whither shall I go?
Keep going.
Verse 31. And they took Joseph's coat, and killed a kid of the goat, and dipped the coat in the blood.
Keep going, Warren.
Verse 32. And they sent the coat of many colors, and brought it unto their father, and said.
Now that coat of many colors was the coat that his father gave him, because he was his favorite. Everybody knows Joseph was the favorite son. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know people look at that like that's a bad thing or something, but the fact of the matter is if the Lord has favorites, we are the Lord's favorites.
Right.
The tribe of Israel is the Lord's favorites. He said that the other nations are like spittle unto him.
Right.
He loves only us.
Right.
You understand? There's nothing wrong with having a favorite.
Right.
You understand?
Right. If I could.
Go ahead.
It's like the Lord got favorites, just like man got favorites.
Right.
You say you got your favorite pair of shoes, your favorite pair of jackets.
Right. Your favorite cereal.
Right. And you're going to put yourself over the thing that created you and tell everybody that the Lord can't have favorites. But you sit up here and you have a favorite color, or you have a favorite coat. And the coat they gave him was of many colors. I know the homosexuals just had Pride Month. The Lord didn't make, the homosexuals trying to make all the rainbows and the many colors, trying to make that homosexuality and make that all gay.
Right.
But you see Joseph's father gave it to him, and Joseph and his father were hardcore men.
Yeah, right.
You understand?
Yeah, right. A heavy point you just brought out.
Verse
Go ahead.
Verse 32. And they sent the coat of many colors, And they brought it unto their father, and said, This have we found. Know now whether it be thy son's coat or no. Verse 33. And he knew it, and said, It is my son's coat. An evil beast had devoured him. Joseph is without doubt rent in pieces.
Yeah, read that again, Warren.
And they sent the coat of many colors and brought it unto his father and said, This have we found. Know whether it be thy son's coat or no. And he knew it and said, It is my son's coat. An evil beast hath devoured him. Joseph is without rent in pieces.
Right. Now, he knew it was his coat because he gave it to him. He made it for him, you know what I'm saying? And they knew it was his coat, too. They did an evil deed. Now they're trying to go and play crazy. You know what I'm saying? Listen some more.
And Jacob rent his clothes and put sackcloth upon his loins and mourned for his sons many days.
Right. Now, this man is distraught, just like any father would be, man. I mean, I couldn't imagine losing my favorite son. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I couldn't imagine that, man. That's got to be a horrible feeling. It's almost enough to destroy a man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you know, when you lose a son, and a righteous son at that, a son that you know was going to be great. You know what I'm saying? I could just imagine what this man is feeling, man.
Right.
I mean, I couldn't imagine losing none of my rugrats, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's enough to destroy a man, you know what I'm saying, like I said. But you know what I'm saying, this soldier gonna hold on, he's gonna pull his way up out of it. Let's get some more.
And all his sons and all his daughters rose to confront him. And he refused to be comforted. And
Listen, how can you be comforted in a time like this? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You send all your sons out, you know what I'm saying? And they come back talk about something happened to one. And this is funny though, because when we was growing up in the world, like I grew up different from this generation. You know what I'm saying? Like when we used to go out, you know what I'm saying, whether we went all out at the same time or we went on one by one, if we're going to meet up at the same place, it was one thing that was told to us. You better not come back without everybody that's leaving out got to come back together. Yeah. Whatever happens to him, better happen to you.
Right.
You understand? Like, how could you let your brother be taken by an evil beast?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're supposed to be taken with your brother. That's how it's supposed to go.
That's it. For I will, and he refused to be comforted. And he said, For I will go down unto the grave until my son's mourning. Thus his father wept for him. 36. And the Midianites sold him into Egypt.
Right. And once more, we know that Egypt means slavery. You know what I'm saying? Means bondage. Go ahead, 38-1.
And sent him into Egypt and unto Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh's and captains of the guard. Chapter 38 and verse 38 and 1. And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned into a certain Adulamite whose name was Harah.
All right, real quick. Is everybody with us so far, or what's going down with these scriptures? Anybody got any questions?
We're at 38 and 1, 38 and 2. What book are you in, sir?
Me and Genesis.
Genesis 38 and 2.
Yep. You got a question, sis?
Who are the Aduma?
The Adumamites. That's what we need Officer Terap here for. But they're going to be Hamites, I believe. Yeah, because they're in Egypt now. Even though it was other nations in Egypt, I'm just guessing that they was Hamites.
Okay.
Yeah, and we gonna that's one thing that we need to get back to too, doing our history classes on all these bloodlines. So, but I believe those the Dumianites Yeah, those got to be Hamites.
Yeah, them.
Or I believe so. It might be. It might be. Yeah, I believe those are Hamites. Worst case scenario, they no, hell no, they can't be. I was gonna say it was
I gotta ask Jimmy John.
yeah. Yeah, I gotta ask Officer Rock. He's the Naptown historian.
Right.
But if they're not, because I was thinking of them there, I remember reading another scripture that he was going over that. I don't think they're Edomites.
I thought they were.
Yeah, I think they might be Edomites.
I thought that's what
Either
I was
Hamites or Edomites. I remember we went over it in the class. Who's just coming in the back door?
Oh, you gotta go to the front.
Just go around to the front.
So I thought he was going to the front.
Yeah. So these they might I think they might be Edomites. I think they're Dumia. That sounds like Edomites to me. Let's get some more in the scripture. But yeah, I'll double check that for you too, since I have a solid answer for you. You know what I'm saying?
Verse 2. And Judah saw that there was a daughter of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Sharah, and took her and went unto her. And she was conceived and bare a son, and he called his name And she conceived again and bare a son, and she called his name Odin. And yet again conceived and bare a son, and called his name Shelah. And he was at Shazad when she bare him. Verse 6. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him. And Judah said unto Onan, Go unto thy brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother. If I could.
Yeah, I was about to touch on that. Go ahead, Roy. You got it.
I was gonna say if I could, this is like in the Israelite culture. If your brother's wife, if your brother's married to a wife and your brother passed away, that wife, she goes into her husband's brother, and that's who raises up the seed, and that's who she marries to.
Right. And does anybody know why that is? Anybody y'all know why the wife goes on to the brother? Go ahead, Warrior.
To continue the bloodline.
Yep, to carry on the namesake of his brother. Damn right. And that's one of the most brotherly things you could do. Like if your brother dies, he has a wife and he dies before he's able to bear a son, you're supposed to bear that woman a son and give him your brother's name. That's what you're supposed to do, to carry on the lineage of your brother, so your brother will never be forgotten. Like, prime example, that's why we're here now, because we forgot who we was. We was never supposed to be put into that situation where we can't tell you our father's father, and our bloodline to continue on our heritage. That was never supposed to happen to us. That's why the white man has to be destroyed. And another reason you could tell that's not supposed to happen is because of this right here. It was written that if your brother passes and he doesn't have a seed, you have a seed with his wife, and you give him your brother's name to carry on his lineage. That's how much we're supposed to be remembered. That's how much we're supposed to be honored. You understand? That's true royalty right there. Let's get some more, Warrior.
Double cut. Sorry, I lost my spot. Verse 9. And Onan knew that the seed shall not be his, and it shall come to pass when he went into his brother's wife that he spilled it on the ground, lest he should give his seed to his brother.
Keep going.
Verse 10. And the thing which he did displeased the Lord.
What did it do?
Displeased the Lord.
Now, do y'all get what just happened there?
Yes.
He didn't want to have the baby. You get what I'm saying? He didn't want to do that. So he spilled the seed on the ground. And what happened? Who was displeased with it?
And he displeased the Lord.
The Lord was highly upset. You understand? Keep going.
Wherefore he slew him also.
He did what?
He slew him also.
Let me tell you something. This brotherhood is one of the most important commandments that we could ever have on the face of this planet. You understand? Like the first one, it says, I'm paraphrasing, that the most highest commandment is that you love the Lord with all your heart, mind, body, heart, soul, spirit. You get what I'm saying? And that the second one is that you love your brother as you do yourself. If we follow them two commandments, man, nothing can stop us. If we love our neighbor the way we love ourselves, your neighbor's meaning your brother, another brother of your tribe. You get what I'm saying? And nothing can stop us. Brotherhood is one of the most important things on the face of this planet. Every other nation understands that but us. You understand? That's why you see the Chinese able to flourish the way that they do. The Koreans, the Africans, the Arabs. Every other nation is able to flourish because they understand that brotherhood is the most important. You understand? And that's why we're suffering the way we are. Because look around here on 10th Street, there's no brotherhood. No brotherhood at all. Right. That's why we suffer the way we suffer. That's why that thing that he did displeased the Lord, and the Lord slew him. Shalom, Yahweh Shem HaShabbat.
Shalom, Yahweh Shabbat. Hey, shalom.
Let's get some more. Salaki, sir, you want the class?
To what?
Verse
But
11.
Go ahead.
See,
Hold on, real quick.
if I could, is that kind of like the same situation where Ruth, whenever when she came back, and she had there was no her husband, I think it was Ruth, but her husband's brother had died, so she had to marry off into like a relative of the family.
Yeah,
like
damn right. That's damn right. That's the law. She's supposed to marry the brother, and if she don't marry the brother, then they go before the elders of the nation, and she's able to shame that man. You get what I'm saying? Because that man's not doing what he's supposed to do, and to help build this nation up, which is nothing more important than building this nation up. Go ahead, warrior.
Verse 11. And said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, raiment and widow at thy father's house, till Salah, my son, be grown. For he said, lest peradventure he die also, and his brother did. And Tamar went down and dwelt with her in his father's house. Verse 12. And in process of time, daughter of Sarah, Judah's wife, died. And Judah was comforted and went upon his sheep shears to Timnah. And his father, Harah, the Idumeanite, and it was told to Tamar, saying, behold, thy father-in-law goes up to Timnah and sheared his sheep.
Keep going.
And she put the widow's garment and she put her widow's garment off from her, and covered her with a veil, and wrapped herself, and sat in an open place, which is by the way of Tanah. For she saw that Sanaa was grown, and she was not given unto him to wife. And when Judah saw her, he thought her to be in harlot, because she covered her face.
Right. Keep going.
And he turned unto her by the way, and said, go to, I pray thee, let me come into thee. For he knew not that she was the daughter-in-law. And she said, what wilt thou have given me? Thy maidens come unto me. And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. And she said, wilt thou give me a plague to thy sending? And he said, which plague shall I give thee? And she said, the signet and the bracelets of thy staff, that is thine hand. And he gave it to her, and came unto her, and she conceived by him. Verse 19.
Keep going.
And she arose and went away, and laid by her veil from her, and put on the garment of the widowhood. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend the Idumeanite to receive his plague from the woman's hand, but he found her not. And then he asked the men of the place, saying, where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside. And they said there was no harlot in this place.
And you know what? That's another thing that we get confused because that's not our culture. That's the Ishmaelites to cover their faces, they women to cover their faces and stuff. Like if you see when he seen her do it, he thought she was a harlot because that's how they used to do. You ever seen the old movies and stuff where they be in a whorehouse and they be having a little thing over their head, doing their little seductive. That's why he thought she was a harlot. You know what I'm saying? That's not an Israelite custom for women to dress like that. Go ahead, Warrior.
So, if I could, in a typical normal wedding and stuff like that. So when the woman wears like a veil like over her face, that's not really
That's heathen customs. You know what I'm saying? For the whole idea of a wedding where they open up the Bible and they go, "Dearly beloved," you know what I'm saying? You can't find that nowhere in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, sis.
But didn't Jacob's father-in-law fool him when
Right.
what's her name covered her face,
Right.
and they got him real drunk and whatever,
You're
and then he didn't get who he wanted.
Right.
He got the firstborn.
Yeah, and then he made them do 7 more
So
years.
that was just a deception.
Yeah, exactly. That's why that's not our custom. You get what I'm saying? You're absolutely right. There was a deception.
And
Because-
it don't say that he covered her face. It was just dark, and it was already drinking all night. So back then they have lights like this. So you got a candle on. Once it's nighttime,
Right.
shoot, you know what I mean?
And you've been sipping a little bit,
Yeah, you're
sipping
sipping.
that strong.
Yeah, you ain't got lights to turn on. So he didn't say that he covered her face though.
Oh.
What kind of, sir? Let's get some more. What do I? Take over for it.
Verse 22. And he returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her. And also the men of the place said that there was no harlot in this place. If I could. And he was searching around looking for the harlot. And they tell him it wasn't no harlot in this place. You know what I'm saying? Because he was deceived. He thought she was the harlot. He going around asking, where's the harlot? And they telling them it wasn't no harlot. It was never a harlot in this place. Right. You understand? Verse 23. And Judah said, let her take it to her, lest we be saying, behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her. And it came to pass about 3 months after. And it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told Judah, saying, Tamar, the daughter-in-law, have played the harlot. And also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, bring her forth and let her be burnt. Verse 25.
Now, somebody, right? You hear me, Bible?
Verse 25. When she was brought forth, she sent it to her father-in-law, saying, by the man whose these are, am I child? And she said, ye son, I pray thee, who are these? And signet and the braces of staff. Good.
No sweat. Take this one.
Nah, this should be some other ones, isn't it? All right. What verse we at, Salaki?
24.
Chapter and verse, Salaki.
Book
Chapter and verse.
Genesis chapter 38 and 24.
Genesis 38.
And 24, sorry.
And it came to pass, about 3 months after, that it was told to Judah, saying, Tamar, thy daughter-in-law, hath played the harlot. And also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, bring her forth and let her be burnt.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I
sir.
was gonna say, and they said that because she wasn't supposed to be married to nobody. Her husband had passed away,
Right.
so she wasn't married to nobody. So they're like, how is she pregnant? And she ain't married to nobody. Obviously, she been sleeping around with just randoms and stuff like that.
Right. And if I could, sir,
Yeah.
and that right there is biblical law to be put to death for being a whore. That's why the scriptures say that you shall not make no whore of the daughters of Zion.
And if I could, this another precept to prove that they had the law before Moses.
Damn right.
Because this is before Moses, I believe. Yeah, this is before
it's
Egypt.
Genesis. Yep.
It's before Egypt. So this and the precepts of Noah when he separated the clean and unclean,
Right.
let you know that they had the law even in Adam's time. Adam
Right.
was the one who brought the law.
Damn right. And not to get too far into it, sir, but the whole Adam and Eve and you know what I'm saying, them hiding up under the so-called tree and all of that, that's a precept to them getting the law. Because the so-called fruit of knowledge, it wasn't no damn fruit. That was them receiving the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Not to get too far into it. So the law has always been in effect. If the law wasn't in effect, then why did Cain get punished for killing Abel?
Right.
Let's get some more in the scriptures.
Verse 25. When she was brought forth, she sent her father-in-law, saying, by the man, whose these are? I am with child. And she said, the serve, I will pray thee. Who are these? The signet and the bracelet and staff. Verse 26. And Judah acknowledged them and said, she hath been more righteous than I, because I gave her not Salah, my son, and he knew her again no more. Verse 27. And it came to pass, in the time of, it's like,
Travail.
and it came to pass, in the time of her travail, that behold, twins were in her womb. And it came to pass, when she travailed, that the one put his hand out, and the midwife took and bound upon his hand a scarlet thread, saying, this came out first. And it came to pass, as he drew back his hand, that he behold his brother's, behold, his brother came out, and she said, how hast thou broken forth this breach upon thee? Therefore, his name was called Perez. Verse 30. Verse 30. And afterwards came out his brother that had the scarlet thread upon his hand. And his name was called Zerah. Genesis 39:1. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt.
We got questions, sis?
I do. Can you explain 26 through 30? Because why did the other one come out before the other one? You know, who are these two twins?
All right. You should explain.
I mean, what happened there?
Well, the first one started to come out and went back in.
Right.
And then the second one, that's why the midwife was like, what the heck is going on there? Matter of fact, we're going to read it again for you.
Verse 26.
Yeah, because if I could, the firstborn is very important.
Right.
So you got twins. The one that come out first is the firstborn.
Right.
And that's the one that's going to get all the inheritance. But here, you got one coming out and then going back in. So it's like, now they like, all right, if it happened again, put that scarlet thread on the one that's coming out. And that'll be the one to be the firstborn.
Right.
It's always very important who's the firstborn.
Right.
And if I could, sir, and like you said, the firstborn is very important because that's the one that gets the inheritance.
Right.
But it's different. Like, prime example, let's say that a king has two sons, right? He got a firstborn and he got a secondborn, two sons, right? The firstborn is the one that receives the inheritance, but not necessarily the kingdom.
Well, my question is, when the first one came out, she said she tried
A scarlet.
but he went back in.
Right.
Okay, what's going on there? Why did he go back in? So when he went back in, did the other one come out?
Right. That's what happened. That's what she said. Well, we about to read it again.
Okay, no, I understand. I'm just saying.
That is what happened. Yeah, the first one came out, put the thread on him, he went back in, then the other one came all the way out.
Right.
But they was like, it don't matter. The one who had the scarlet thread broke forth first.
Right.
And they made him the firstborn.
Oh, okay. So this not like the young lady that had the two children, two
No.
nations in her womb.
You're thinking about Rebecca.
Rebecca.
No.
So that's this is totally
Yeah, this is different from that.
Rebecca.
Right.
Because the father said that the younger would rule over the elder.
Right. And you also got to remember, too, you just said it yourself. Rebecca had what in her womb?
Two nations.
Two nations.
Oh, yeah.
These are still the same.
So do these two here mean, are they going to grow up and do something?
Nah, these two grew up and became us, Judites.
Oh.
These
That's
is
what I
our
was just about to
forefathers
get
right
into.
here. This is the children of Judah,
Right.
which
Right.
is Negroes. So these is our grandfathers right here.
Oh, okay.
These two brothers end up becoming all the Negroes you see in America.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And also Esau, he sold his birthright.
Right.
Right.
He was still technically as the firstborn to us,
Right.
to on earth. But in heaven, Jacob was going to be the one that get it. But on earth, Esau was the first one born, and then Esau sold
Right.
for a bowl of soup, and then tried to get it back, even though he sold it, because he's profane. He don't think nothing is holy.
Right.
And he don't see it as like, oh, this is special. He's like, man, I don't care about that. It's like white people; they don't care about that.
Right.
If I could, is that so? That's what that huge lie of the Christian church going around saying that Jacob stole the birthright from Esau.
Let me ask you something. Didn't it say that? Didn't in this book it say that he sold his birthright? So if he sold his birthright, why the hell is the goddamn Christian church telling you that he stole something? That goes to show you that the Christian church really hates blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And they want to always, because the Christian church agenda is to always put the white man above the black man. That's what they get paid to do. They get paid to make you think that you're a goddamn thief. You understand? You didn't steal nothing. He asked for some soup. He said, well, I'll give it to you. Sell me your birthright. That's called a good business transaction, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had before I had left the Christian church, I had a friend, well, an old friend before I started finding out the truth. Now, he was one of them devils. He was a Jewish, the devil of the devil. And he's like telling me, because he was a pastor, his pops died, and he took over the church. And I was like asking him questions. I was like, so, because it didn't make sense to me. I was like, how did Esau like say that, how can you say that Jacob stole the birthright when Esau, because I was reading, I was like, he sold it to his brother. So this don't make sense how you preaching that he stole something that he already sold it to.
Right. But in the same breath, they tell you that America belongs to the white man. Through what business transaction did they gain America?
Right.
Now this land is stolen. You want to talk about some stolen stuff. You understand? Right. And the next time you talk to a so-called Jewish man, ask them what tribe he's from. And watch him trip all over it. Well, see, what had happened was, you understand? Like you said, no, he's an imposter. Next time you talk to him, ask him what tribe he from, Jewish man.
And if you said tribe, to ask him where's the rest of the tribes?
Right.
He left me alone when I started, because before I learned about here, I was over following Priest Sabbath. And then I started learning some stuff from him, and then dude left me alone once I started, you know what I'm saying? I told him, I was like, the real Jews is the ones that's been in slavery over here.
Right.
And he was like, well, I'm a Jew by my mom, and I was like, well, the script says you're supposed to be a Jew by your father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He deleted me off Facebook, stopped talking to me, all that.
That's what the scriptures say. The wicked flee when no man pursue. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't chasing him, he just ran from you. Shows you his wicked spirit.
Right. Even if I could, even furthermore, the white man, the so-called Jewish man, want to sit up here and say that he's a real Jew, and then he want to teach you how Jacob stole the birthright.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he claimed that he's a real Jew. But his real spirit and his blood, he can't risk the desire to push that a black man stole something.
Right.
But really, he trying to claim that he's a Jew, and then he gonna say Jacob stole the birthright from Esau.
Yeah, so that makes you not a Jew. If
Right.
you just saying from Jacob.
Right.
He's basically saying he stole what he has.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cut himself.
Right. Really, he is cutting himself.
Right.
Let's get some more of the scriptures for you.
God.
We're gonna go ahead and move on. The sister says she understood
39. Genesis 39:1.
Go ahead.
And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh and captain of the guard.
Now listen, they took Joseph to Egypt, and he he's right under the second in command of all of Egypt, Potiphar. You know what I'm saying? An officer and second in command in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And this goes to show you, and I mean everybody understands this. Watch how Joseph made Egypt thrive. You know what I'm saying? Make Potiphar's household thrive. Nothing on the face of this planet can thrive without the black man's touch. You understand? It's that simple. Without black people in there to make it thrive, it's not going to thrive. It's going to wither away and die. We about to pull proof right here. Let's get it.
In Egypt, it's like an Egyptian brought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. Verse 2. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was prosperous. It's like he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his minister of the Egyptian. And the master saw that the Lord was with him.
Hold on. Say that again.
And the master saw that the Lord was with him.
Listen, even the damn Hamites saw that the Lord was with that man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get some more.
And that the Lord made all that he did prosper in his hand.
The Lord did what?
Made all that he did prosper in his hand.
Let me tell you something. Like the scripture said, you are the salt of the earth. You understand? When you look around the world, nobody else is mimicking nobody but us. You understand? Rap music is the number one thing. You got Chinese cats wanting to do rap and break dance and anything that a black man, black woman, anything that we touch, black, Hispanic, Native, anything that we do, everybody wants to do it. You understand? We make everything prosperous on the face of this planet. The Lord is always with us. Even in this slavery, even in this goddamn slavery, the Lord is with us. You want me to tell you how the Lord is with us? Because nobody else could have survived what we survived.
Right.
You do another nation the way that you're doing them, they will die overnight. You understand? They will be wiped off the face of this planet. That's how you know the Lord was still with us. Even though we wasn't serving the Lord, he was still with us. Because nobody could have survived 450 plus years in America being treated the way that we've been treated.
Right.
It's that simple. The white man, like in our neighborhoods, we got abortion clinics. And we still outbreeding the white man. Even with, how many abortions, sir?
250,000 a year.
250,000 a year. 250,000 abortions a year, a damn year. And this has been going on since the 90s. You understand? Since the 90s. And we still thriving. The white man need fertility clinics in his neighborhood to try to have kids. You understand? That's what he got to do. No other nation. Just imagine a quarter million abortions a year from the white man for 5 years. You understand? It'd be like 10 of them left. There'd be like 10 white folks left. They'd be an endangered species in the zoo somewhere. Right. You understand? That's how you know the Lord has always been with us and will continue to be with us. But to get the Lord to actually serve us the way that we need him to, we got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Let's get some more in the scriptures, Lord.
God. And the master saw the Lord was with him.
Hold on, one more thing. Even to this day, the white man sees that the Lord is with us. That's why he still has these divide and conquer scenarios that he's trying to put in place. That's why he's still trying to destroy us. Because the white man sees that the Lord is with us to this day. And he sees this awakening. You understand? Like, the white man ain't afraid of a nigga with a gun out here gangbanging. You know who the white man is afraid of? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and the UPK under Commander General.
That's right.
That's who he's afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Because we the ones that's fixing black people. We the ones that's building a nation. We are the most deadly. Us in this room right now, we are way more deadlier than one nigga with a gun. You understand? Because this is brotherhood. This is sisterhood. This is nation building. And that's what the white man don't want to see.
Like if I could, we was passing out flyers yesterday downtown, and I was telling one of the brothers, I said, if for the men are supposed to rise up and then teach the younger generation, teach the rest of the men, you know what I'm saying, the truth and the knowledge that we need in these last days. That's how you make a real impact.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna make no impact no other way. You gotta get in this truth, learn the knowledge, pass your officer's test, and then teach this truth to brothers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Teach it to these young brothers and other people, other brothers and other sisters. Then you raise up a people.
Right.
Other than that, how you gonna raise up black people?
Right. And that's such a heavy point that you break out, sir, because when you look at these other nations, that's exactly what they do with their culture and their nation. They pass it all down. You understand?
Right.
Like, you don't see Chinese businesses going out Like they just don't, like there's nobody to take over. They pass all that knowledge down. They pass their nation building and their culture down. You understand? That's exactly what we need to do. That's exactly what we do here in Isupk Indianapolis.
That's right.
Go ahead, sis.
I have two sons, but I can't get them to listen, because certain things that they listen to that, especially with Jay-Z saying that old Bible and you shouldn't be reading the Bible. And then my son is well educated. He talking about, well, it's been written by the white man. And I'm like, well, man, you trying to say God ain't got no power to over man. God made man, but I can't get none of them because they won't listen.
And here's the funny part.
Because I'm a woman, and I understand my position. But to try to talk to my sons, it's going in one ear and out the other. They don't want the Bible. They don't want God.
But here's why they don't want God. It's because exactly what you're saying. They believe that it was a white man book. Before I came into this truth, when I was talking to Captain Kapas when I met him for the first time, that's the same thing I said. The Bible's a white man book. You know what I'm saying? And you know what he did? He showed me different. Show him Revelations 1 and 13.
That's right.
Show him Acts 13 and 1. You understand? This Bible is all through the Bible. It tells you that it's a black man's book. You know what I'm saying? Like Revelations 1 and 13. So is he saying that he don't believe in the Bible, so he doesn't believe in Christ? Is that what he's saying? So he wakes himself up in the morning? You get what I'm saying?
Like you educated. When you get a child that you educate in college and this and that, they turn.
So the Bible's a white man's book, but he don't have no problem going to get a white man's education, studying the white man's book in college. He don't have no problem doing that though. Where is he learning this as a white man's book from? Let me tell you who he's learning that from. The white man.
And if I could, if you in college, because I went to college, if you in college, you have to prove, even in UPK, you have to prove what your statements with scholarly work,
right,
with peer-reviewed scholarly work. What book is he reading that the Bible is a white man's book?
Right.
Where is he? What book is he getting that from?
Right.
And this all he got to do. Bring them here. Stay in the UPK, sis. Learn more. Get the knowledge. Change yourself because you got to learn more. And then eventually they'll come in here because they see you changing, and they'll come in here. Bring them in here, and then we'll teach them. We'll show them. We'll show them. We'll tell them, look, prove that it's a white man's book.
Right.
Well, because.
Listen, tell him we got $500 if he can prove that it's a white man's book.
Yep, $500. He come in here and show us any proof. He can pull books from Egypt,
right.
Books of the Dead. I don't care, Europe, the damn Smithsonian. Pull any type of proof.
Right.
That's what a lot of people say something, but they don't have no way to back it up.
And one more thing, if I could, sir, and tell them to prove that it's a white man's book without using a white man's book.
Right. Go ahead, Ward.
I had a Hispanic pastor tell me one time. I was teaching my son that Christ was black. I was like, I said, we was taught that Christ was a white man growing up.
Right.
And so I was teaching my son that Christ was, looking like us. And so my rib, her mom took my kids to the Christian church without telling me. I was asleep one time. And then they came back, and my son came back, and he was like, well, the pastor said that it was a Hispanic pastor. He was like, well, the pastor said that Christ was black because he just came out of hell. And I was like, look at that shit.
Like, what scripture is that?
It's like you from my language. I was heated.
And if I could, you don't have to sweat a lot of stuff like that because a lot of that stuff be of the Lord. Because first, a lot of times, the scriptures say, I set before you life and death.
Right.
Your kids, they're going to have to be introduced to both.
Right.
You can't just try to shelter and be like, okay, don't do this. Like with your sons in the colleges and everything like that. That's a good thing because you got to be introduced to both, and then you're gonna have to, make your decision and choose, and then which one's gonna win out.
Right.
The kids got to see both.
Right.
You know what I mean? They can't just shelter them from everything and then think, they're going, because then once the shelter moves, now they all like, oh, it's too much. They need to get built up in this warfare.
Yeah, I'm right. And especially in today's time, you know what I'm saying? Like, prime example, I was going to bring this up today, but I don't want to get too far off subject here. But yeah, what was it, 2 days ago, Independence Day? What's today?
Yeah, right, Independence Day.
Yeah, so 2 days ago, right? My thing is this. What independence is a black, Hispanic, and Native Indians celebrating on the damn 4th? Like, like Independence Day came to existence in the year 1776, right? All right, let's just do the math. In 1776, what was our forefathers? Picking cotton, still goddamn slaves. So what independence is a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian celebrating on the 4th? You understand?
Right.
Like you wanna speak ill on the Bible when the Bible tells you not to celebrate days like the 4th of July. You understand? This is a white man's book. How is this a white man's book when it's telling you not to celebrate the white man's holidays?
Right.
You understand? The thing is, they don't want to follow the Bible because, like the Christian church tells you, if you don't follow the laws, there's no sin. So the only way you can sin is if you keep the laws. We don't keep the laws. The New Testament says the laws are done away with. Pass around that tithes bucket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Every law is done away with except the law of tithes.
Right.
You understand?
Any law about to give me money,
Right.
that was good.
Right.
All that other stuff, don't worry about that.
Now, any law about giving me
Give me
money.
that. We need that money though. Give me that money. Hey, yeah.
All right. Well, we about to shut it down in a second. Let's get some more scriptures. My fault, me running my mouth a lot here.
Go God. Genesis 39:2. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man,
Damn right.
and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him,
Damn right.
and the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand.
Just like every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, we live in the most dire situations, but we still prosper. We live in the ghettos, and the white man is still jealous of us living in the ghettos.
Right.
That's why he's coming down here trying to gentrify our goddamn neighborhood now. He's like, damn, somehow they took this piece of shit that we gave them and made it prosperous. Let us come down here and take it. You know what I'm saying? They forced us here, now they're trying to force us out. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has always been with us. Let's get some more.
God. Verse 4. And Joseph found grace in his sight, and he served him, and he made him overseer over his house, and all that he had he put into his hand.
Now, here's another thing. I don't mean to keep stopping, but the thing is this. Even though Joseph had favor in that heathen sight, one thing that Joseph always kept was the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Like, the Lord seen that in him. You know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to bring that out because a lot of people think just because your boss pats you on the back and stuff like that. And 9 times out of 10, the people that you see getting praised by these heathen nations, the reason they're getting praised is because they're suck up, they're kissing butts, they brown nosing. They're not doing it just to do it because that's who they are. They're doing it to get some type of reward from these damn heathens. You understand? And that's why they gain favor in their sight. But Joseph is gaining favor in his sight because he's serving the Lord. There's a big difference in the two. A big difference. Let's get some more.
And it came to pass from the time that he had made him overseer in the house and over all that he had, the Lord had blessed the Egyptian house for Joseph's sake. And blessed the Lord was upon all that he had in the house and in the field.
Yeah, Mark, we're going to go ahead and clip it. For time's sake, let's clap that up. We wrap up at 39. That's 39 and 6. All right, what do I? What you think? Okay, what's up? Just the man behind this podium. A module. They cap, sir.
Just the man behind the podium.
Just the man behind the podium. We're about to shut this down so we can do these prayers. I mean, we just gonna shut the door because Captain Officer and Puppies are moving in and out. We're about to salute the scrolls. We're gonna Cap. Let's see if you want to salute the scrolls first. Salaki Cap, would you like to salute the scrolls, sir?
Yes. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrak, yeah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrak, yeah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrak, yeah.
Go ahead, young man. You can have it out.
Go snatch the scrolls.
Walk them through it, Isaiah and
No
everything.
sweat. Go walk over to the scroll. Try to face the scrolls. You go to the logic. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh Shah,
Yahweh Shah,
Barak,
Barak,
Yah.
Yah.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh Shah,
Yahweh Shah,
Barak,
Barak,
Yah.
Yah.
You got it, by the way? Good one. Good one.
Moderator sisters stay seated, don't
Yeah.
Stay seated. That's good.
What's up, Barak?
La Yashah. La Yashah.
Yeah, so
Yes, sir.
make sure we use this one for the. Put that over there in the corner. That's the one we use for the Sabbath service.
Okay. Hapang, Wapang Hakinam, which means turn and face the east. Sis, you can rush for this. Turn and face the east.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw.
Abanaw.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kudash.
Kudash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Walakwaka.
Walakwaka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazaika.
Zayaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baratiza.
Baratiza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Lashemayim.
Lashemayim.
Nathan.
Nathan.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Call.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
What's a lock now?
What's a lock now?
Kabawata now.
Kabawati now.
Kasalaka now.
Kasalaka now.
Kabawata now.
Kabawati now.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Tabayari now.
Tabayari now.
Panasai one.
Panasai one.
Abba.
Abba.
Hawashai now.
Hawashai now.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Right.
Right.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Wa'ala.
Wa'ala.
What the power?
What the power?
Slaki. Lawa Yum Yum.
Lawa Yum Yum.
Aman.
Aman.
In the English, the Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth, as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us of our debts.
And forgive us us of our debts,
as we forgive our debtors,
as we forgive our debtors,
and lead us not into temptation,
and lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the from thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
The kah, or the prayer for the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Babakashah,
Babakashah,
Nathanael,
Nathanael,
Hakat,
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 Laraba'ah,
Laraba'ah,
Kalmakalah,
Kalmakalah,
Wakalmadawa,
Wakalmadawa,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Hamatazarayim,
Hamatazarayim,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Lahakim,
Lahakim,
Hamathim,
Hamathim,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Al-Rakawah,
Al-Rawah,
Latama'ala,
Latama'ala,
Lagarsha,
Lagarsha,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
the Wada Amar,
the Wada Amar.
So like you can't do it. I mean, I got it. Come on. The prayer for the power and the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushua,
Please give us the power.
please give us the power,
The power to heal.
the power to heal
All manner of sickness.
all manner of sickness
And all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease,
The power to cleanse the leper.
the power to cleanse the
The
leper,
power to raise the dead.
the power to raise the dead,
The power against unclean spirits.
the power against unclean
To
spirits,
cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. The prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahushai.
Wa Yahushai.
Wa Yaka'ala.
Wa Yaka'ala.
Wa Lahayim.
Wa Lahayim.
Matasab Yah.
Matasab Yah.
Allah Wap Yahana.
Allah Wap Yahana.
Allah Wap Yah.
Allah Wap Yah.
Azaranya.
Azaranya.
Akwatazayanya.
Akwatazayanya.
Akariyaya.
Akariyaya.
Wa Akwatiyan.
Wa Akwatiyan.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
The Wada Amar.
The Wada Amar.
In the English, the blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commander General Yohana.
Commander General Yohana.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Start, which means turn. Sister, you can be seated for right now. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Amajim Shabbat, Barak,
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakatuh.
Azamatah.
Wait, make sure you walk the young man through it if he knows it or not. This man here, the young man.
Right. So, all right. So what we're saying, we're giving a salute to the brothers in the Hebrew. And a salute, what we're saying, I'm going to get exactly word for word. Real quick. All right, so what we're saying for the brothers, we're saying Shalom, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakatah. Now what we're saying is peace. In the name of peace, Lord, in the name of Jesus, bless you. Or
Yahushua.
You know what I'm saying? We say Yahushua. We say Jesus so people know who we're talking about. But Yahushua in the Hebrew. That's what we just said in that salute. Now we're going to give a courtesy.
We'll walk him through it so he can say it along.
Okay. Yeah. So what we're saying is,
Go ahead,
like I
do
said,
it.
you come to Barak, we're saying Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Barak,
Barak,
a thumb.
a thumb.
A thumb means more than one.
Thumb.
And then, as well, Thomas, please put your hand down. And then we're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Amazim
The
Shabbat.
sister got to, I think the sister got
Yeah,
to stand
so
first.
right, sis. You want to do your hands like this. Amazim Shabbat. Amazim Barak.
Yahweh Shamar Al-Thah Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Now, I'm going to walk you through this one too. All right, so what we're saying for the sisters, we're saying Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamar,
Shamar,
El,
El
Alatah
Alatah
Ba'ashem
Ba'ashem
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
And what we're saying is, Lord, watch over you in the name of Yahushua.
Now the sister says it and
No.
walk her through it.
Now you're going to say, sis, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamar,
Shamar,
Alatah
Elatah,
Ba'ashem
Ba'ashem,
Yahushua.
Yahweh Shah.
On son of Christ. Amen. Azawatah, class dismissed.
And where you from, boy?
From LaPorte, Indiana.
LaPorte, Indiana? How you hear about the truth?
My big brother.
Oh yeah.
My big brother. I'm the one that was on the phone.
Okay, yeah. How far was that drive?
2 hours and 40 minutes.
Dang, 2 hours 40
I had to
minutes.
get him.
And but this is what I was talking about around South Bend. And shit. He's around South Bend and shit.
Oh, young man Brandon.
Yes, ma'am. We got class
Supposed to
7
say
days a
in
week.
finished stream.
Yeah, 6
And really, I'm not really used